Good morning. Welcome to Heart and Soul Center of Light. My name is Ron Marshall, and I'm a licensed practitioner and founding member at Heart and Soul, and I'm honored to be facilitating our meditation experience this morning. This morning, we're taking the opportunity to immerse ourselves in stillness so that we may connect with the knower within, so that it may be our guide during this time of change. So wherever you are, I invite you to make yourself comfortable so that you may be open to divine guidance. Know that right where you are, God is, and therefore it is safe and sacred space. If you're willing, I invite you to gently allow your eyes to close and take this opportunity to relax and let go of all that has transpired up until this moment. Join me in taking a deep, conscious breath. Breathe in and release with a sigh. Now give thanks for your breath as you gently allow it to return to its natural rhythm. Take a moment to notice the path that your breath takes through your body. While the path our breath takes, like each of us, is unique, every breath is part of the one breath, which is breathing us all. Let your breath be an ever-present reminder of your oneness with Spirit and its ever-availability as a guide and source of inner peace, love, and clarity, regardless of outer circumstances. As we enter the stillness, remember to focus on your breath, and I offer this affirmation as our guide. I have been that I have been. I am that I am. And I will be what I will be, simultaneously. I have been that I have been. I am that I am. And I will be what I will be simultaneously. I now invite you to return your awareness to the space that you're in. To do so, you might focus on your feet and notice and feel the support of the surface underneath. You might gently rub your palms together and begin to expand your awareness and feel the space around you. And when you're ready, I invite you to gently allow your eyes to open. This completes our meditation experience. And so it is. Thank you for creating a safe and sacred container of love for our service. We have a wonderful opportunity during these times to spend more time being still and renewing our relationship with the One. And I invite you to do so whenever, wherever, and however possible. It has been a pleasure and an honor to facilitate this morning's meditation. Thank you.
Yeah, this must Good morning, family, and welcome to Heart and Soul Center of Light's virtual Sunday service. Today is Sunday, November 29th. My name is Sonia Russell. I am a proud licensed practitioner and founding member here at Heart and Soul, and it is my great pleasure to be able to share with you how you can be more fully engaged here at Heart and Soul, beginning with our theme. Our theme for 2020 continues to be Adventures in Faith, Expect a Miracle. We are all living in and being steeped in expecting miracles. Yes, family, I know that I am consistently looking out for my miracles, and I invite you to do so as well. We invite you to make sure that you stay connected in all the ways there are to stay connected: Facebook, YouTube. We invite you to subscribe to our channel, Instagram, Twitter, and the various ways in which you listen to podcasts. There will be an opportunity for us to give in community together towards the end of service, but I invite you today to give at any time and to also just give at any time by visiting our website or by texting to give. You can also sign up to have more information and ways to be engaged right in your email box by visiting heartsoulcenter.org/sign up. And I remind you that in our walk with Marianne Williamson and A Year of Miracles, it also invites us to be steeped in our community affirmation. Thank you for everything. I have no complaint whatsoever. On Mondays, the practitioners continue to get deep into A Year of Miracles, allowing ourselves to know what it takes to see miracles all around us and to be engaged in community in a powerful and impactful way. And so we invite you to be with us on Mondays, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. You can sign up at heartsoulcenter.org/RSCP Year of Miracles. And on Wednesday, Imagining Justice is working it out for December. We are going to be replaying part of the discussion from the panel from the Urban Mindfulness Summit, what we realize, what we're doing, and what's next. And we're doing that for the next 2 weeks because the content was deep. If you all weren't there, the conversation that we had with Dana King and Bishop Yvette Flunder and the Honorable Supervisor Keith Carson and councilperson Lynette McElhaney was really rich and powerful, and so we felt it time to be able to go back in and have some conversation about it. So join Valerie, Joy, and David on Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. for meditation, for a good time to be had in community by all. I want to make sure that we are continuing to support our sister Tammy Hall. She is live on Thursdays via Facebook Live from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific time. Make sure that you spend time in her presence and that you tip generously. On Saturdays, we are making sure that we allow ourselves to have a point of power, an inspirational pop from Reverend Andriette that happens on Saturdays at 10 a.m. via Facebook, YouTube, and via podcast. We invite you to get in there, tell your friends, like it, share it, and allow yourself to be transformed by it. And today is the last day to sign up for the mental equivalence class. For every formed thing in the universe, there's a corresponding mental image. We are coming together to expand our mental equivalent. Myself and my big brother, Ron Marshall, practitioner extraordinaire, will be facilitating this class. Today is the last day to sign up. It begins this coming Tuesday. It's 4 sessions. The prerequisite for this class is a foundational levels course, and it is required for those of you who consider yourself to be on the practitioner path. And you must be in attendance in all 4 classes to receive credit. So we invite you to really get in there. It's going to be a good class. $145 tuition is what is required, and the mental equivalent by Emmett Fox is our read. And I want to make sure you remember that we are still in our anniversary month. We're celebrating our 11th anniversary. Join us by donating for our 11th year, $11, $111, $1,111, $11,111. Any of those things, we're just inviting you to get into the spirit of giving for Heart and Soul's 11th anniversary. And you can, of course, visit our website or text to give that donation. And this coming Tuesday is also Giving Tuesday. So it sort of was created as kind of the counter to Black Friday. And with Giving Tuesday, we're inviting you to give to causes that are powerful and then supporting the communities and changing the planet. And Heart and Soul is absolutely doing those things. And so we are inviting you to give generously to us on Giving Tuesday. And I invite us to take a moment to be fully present Heart and Soul's vision was revealed to us before we were a church in our current configuration. And so we like to take time to ensure that we are steeped in this vision. And so we recite it together. We are a loving and compassionate, world-class teaching and empowerment ministry. Through a consciousness of universal God presence, we release all resistance, separation, and fear. We claim our personal liberation and accept the eternal availability of joy, love, and abundance. Through our intention to be love and spread joy, we engender reflections of the same and more in others. Our ministry is a gift to the world, which expands through our practice and dedication. We welcome all people, and together we make a quantifiable, positive difference on the planet. And so it is. So, family, I invite you to find your breath. Allow yourself to be fully present in this moment as we remember to remember, as we touch and agree, as we know that God is all that there is, ever has been, ever will be. This perfect moment is steeped with the infinite. Each and every one of us, all 7 billion of us, born out of this one source. 7 billion ways to know God, to know love, to know joy, to know peace. 7 billion ways to be the light. I know that God is here without exception and regardless of appearances, and always unfolding in perfect order. I know this, I trust this, I live my life in this faith. And it's from this place that I, Sonia, speak my word on behalf of my beloved Heart and Soul Center of Light community, giving thanks for the perfect expansion and evolution of our lives, giving thanks in advance for our heart's desires being made manifest, knowing that each and every one of us moves through the world knowing that we are love, that we are joy, that we experience peace, that we are in relationships where we feel seen, where we know comfort, where we know trust, that we live our lives with a sense of ease and clarity. There is balance and harmony in how we move through the world. I give thanks for knowing that each and every one of us has the opportunity to know divine health and wellness, perfect assimilation, perfect circulation, perfect elimination. Our bodies are healthy, vital, and strong. I know that we experience abundance, an abundance of all things good, and that we are prosperous with money to spend, save, and share. I know that the goodness of the infinite permeates our lives, and that we live steeped in the gratitude of that knowing. And so I give thanks for Heart and Soul Center of Lights and the space that it has created, the permission that it gives us to be our most powerful selves, to be vulnerable, confident, and unapologetic about who and whose we are and why we are here on the planet. I give thanks to this ministry and every heart and every hand that supports it. Our virtual community, our hospitality. Oh, I am grateful for our ministers, our practitioners, our board. I am grateful for our beloved Reverend Andriette for her yes. I am grateful for our beloved Auntie Iyanla for her yes. I am grateful for being surrounded by people who live in the sacred, who live in love, who live in gratitude, and who trust God. I am grateful today, family, for the good sense to be grateful and simply release this word into the law, knowing that it is done, accepting and expecting it is so, not only because I speak this word, but because I know that it is written on our hearts. And so we simply allow it to be so now and forever. And so it is.
Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Just a few words in honor, in homage to the great Reverend Dr. Professor, Cosmic Dictator, and Social Calendar Arranger, Ministerial Light, and Effervescent Presence, Andriette Earl, the spiritual leader, minister, and founder of Heart and Light, Heart and Soul, Heart and Spirit, Heart and Genius, Heart and Creativity Center. This woman is a magnificent orb of cosmic consciousness, a divinely directed diva, an extraordinarily heavenly slice of gift and blessing to us. If Nia Long decided to hang up her spurs as an actress and become a spiritual guru, she would be the majestic Reverend Andriette Earl. This woman of such patience, of such moral integrity, of such spiritual depth, of such intellectual breadth, of such curiosity and wonder, and the magnificent edifying character of her spirit, so that when you walk into the church, when you walk into the sanctuary, when you walk into this holy space, you are walking into her heart. This heart and soul of light, this heart and soul of vision, this heart and soul of imagination, this woman of such divinely blessed origin. Her genealogy traces back to an infinite capacity that is constantly revealed within our crumbling and flawed finitude. And so this woman, a beautiful, gifted, talented, imaginative woman, this woman who reaches out not only to Oakland, but to the world, but remaining ensconced in a very community that has been demonized and stigmatized, that has been left behind, sports teams departing, leaving the people to their own devices and resources, and yet this center remains as a powerful index of the care, compassion, and concern of the Almighty. And so on this 11th year, on this 11th anniversary, as this woman stands at the helm, continually providing wisdom, nurture, and guidance, I celebrate her and I celebrate you. She is a magnificent human being, my dear friend, my beloved preacher, my wise counsel, and my guide. Congratulations to you, and God bless you on many, many more.
I so wish that I were in Oakland to congratulate the Heart and Soul Center of Light family on your 11th anniversary. You know, rooting a ministry, building it from its beginning, is no easy feat. Blessings to you all, you ever so faithful and loving ones, for giving to the community a place of healing and worship and joy. You know, it surely is what we all need right now. We're more weary than ever. We need a place for restoration, and that's what you've created. A sanctuary where kindness to one another and to ourselves is not just preached, but also practiced. You know, each time I've spoken at the church, and I so look forward to visiting the new space, each time I've been a guest speaker at Heart and Soul, truth is, I'd long to sit just in the sanctuary, in that sacred space, and listen. See, I grew up Catholic, and in my early 20s, I joined Science of Mind and Unity. Both ministries were led by teachers whose scholarship and spiritual wisdom helped me transform my life. Well, they're no longer here. They've passed away. They're long gone. And I've not been able to find my just right church home. And this is in New York City, where there's a house of worship every 3 blocks and on every corner if you're in Harlem. Well, I needed so much stress and strain, doubt and fear comes with leadership. You may know that, I was editor-in-chief of Essence since maybe before some of you were born. And we started Essence Cares, founded it as Essence Cares, and now it's the National Cares Mentoring Movement in 58 cities across the country. And National Cares is led right there in Oakland by our beloved one. We just love, love, love Deb Kersey so much, leader of Oakland Bay Area Cares. She's carrying the mantle that Reverend Andriette really gave us the space to weave. Ah, Reverend, my Rev, my beloved friend, you've created what I long for in my city. You and Reverend Angelo and Sonia and Brannis and Valerie Joy and others in the Heart and Soul Leadership Circle. Oh, you've made a welcoming and healing space for the community, not just brick and mortar, not in the seats and the setting, but in your giving hearts and the structures you've conceived. And that's why when I visit, I just want to sit still, receive it all, and not just via a video, but in real time and in person. Oh, my beloved and trusted friend, Andriette Earle, I'm aware of aspects of your life that I think few others may see. The many invisible sacrifices you make as the founding leader of Heart and Soul. The long hours of study and preparation you devote to your own practice and your beloved ministry. The unceasing prayers and time offered for others, that their burdens will be lifted, cares dissolved, their worries dismissed, that their challenges will be met, and loved ones even laid to rest well. I marvel at how available you are. I say that to you all the time. I marvel at how you are answering God's call to bring your success in the corporate world to the community. Stellar communication skills, your creative magic, and so much caring and love. You know, I wonder, maybe it's because you recall how your own flesh has been pierced and how love and forgiveness are the elixir that heals. On this 13th anniversary of Heart and Soul Center of Light, and on behalf of my eternal Essence family and the hundreds of thousands you blessed by hosting the empowerment seminars every year at the Essence Festival, the Essence Fest, I thank you. On behalf of the many across the nation who benefit from your talks and writings and who love you but may never meet you, thank you. And on behalf of my dedicated National Cares Mentoring Movement family and our Oakland Bay Area affiliate team, we thank you for opening your heart and the sanctuary doors widely and making a place for cares, for our new way forward, healing what's hurting Black America. It's a holistic community restoration plan, singular in the nation. And Reverend Andriette, we thank you for helping us root it right there at Heart and Soul Center of Light. Thank you. So courageous trailblazer, we thank you a million times and a million times more for your faithfulness to God, to kindness and service, to bringing the light with such eloquence and elegance. My girl is always so fly. Heart and Soul family, continue to forge ahead, doing God's work. Obstacles along the way, they will be solved. Troublemakers, root it out. Take care of your dedicated selves and my beloved friend, your leader. Leadership is challenging and leadership is lonely. Bring no mess to slow her gait, divert her view, or dim her radiance. We celebrate a great gathering of people, of great integrity and great vision. All that you need to nourish yourselves in the community of truth-seeking souls filling your new home, they are coming. All and even more will be yours. The overflow is what we ask you to give to the community. Oh yes, they're coming, and that overflow will be there. And so it is. Happy anniversary.
Oh, I'm just kind of overflowing with gratitude. We have spent the month hearing from friends and beloveds outside of the area who have sent us well wishes. And so I'm so very grateful for my dear brother, Michael Eric Dyson, and my dear, dear sister, Susan L.Taylor, and today, I want to just welcome you to the last Sunday of November 2020. What a year so far, but it's also the culmination of our 11th anniversary celebration. And we've saved the best for last. Our beloved sister, Iyanla Vanzant, is our speaker today. I have said guest speaker, and that's what we have written, but in truth, Iyanla, our sister Iyanla Vanzant, is not a guest at Heart and Soul. We will treat her with the utmost respect and graciousness, but she's family. What I want you to know about her is her work in the world, from a welfare mother to a New York Times best-selling author, from the Brooklyn Project to Emmy Award winner, from broken pieces to peace. Iyanla Vanzant is one of the country's most celebrated writers and public speakers. Millions recognize Iyanla as the host and executive producer of the award-winning Iyanla Fix My Life on the Oprah Winfrey Network, where Iyanla does pretty amazing work for television. Let me just say, there's a lot that goes on television. And she is doing the personal growth work, growth and personal development work that is her absolute specialty, if you will. It's her calling in the world. She still does the work of providing personal development courses and ongoing training programs for spiritual life coaches and ordained ministers. And she does this as the founder of Inner Visions Worldwide. Oprah has said about Iyanla that she is the most powerful spiritual leader, fixer, teacher on the planet. And I agree. I know Iyanla as my true sister, my confidant, truth teller, and she's been my growth buddy for many years. She's an amazing revealer of the human capacity for healing. I am so very grateful for her constant and consistent love, encouragement, and support. Well before there was ever a Heart and Soul, she embraced my vision so fully and encouraged my dream. Iyanla, we've been through it. And your support and love, she blesses my life, y'all. And she blesses Heart and Soul. Let me show you what I mean. Since the very beginning of Heart and Soul, Iyanla, for our very first anniversary, so November of 2010, these are the club cards from November 2010. She was a part of that anniversary, and she really shared that experience. It's just like a full circle, because her minister and my mentor, Bishop Barbara King, who made her transition recently, was a part of that celebration as well in 2010. And then Iyanla was back with us in 2012, where we sold out the Scottish Rite Temple for her amazing work. She came back again for Heart and Soul, always such a gracious, generous being. In 2015, we were at the Oakland City Center. And then, last year, we wove Acts of Faith out as our daily read as a community. And so many of us had personal testimonies of the benefit of that. I am so grateful to you, Iyanla. Thank you so very, very much. It is my honor to welcome you back to Heart and Soul Center of Light, your home away from home, my sister. And so we will hear Iyanla's voice. You can wave to the people right now. But we will hear from her right after this musical selection from our Heart and Soul Ensemble. Immediately following that, you'll hear from our beloved sister, Iyanla Vanzant.
I'm looking for a miracle. I expect the impossible. I feel the intangible. I see the invisible. I'm looking for a miracle. I expect the impossible. I feel the intangible. I see the invisible. The sky is the limit to what I can have. Yeah, the sky is the limit to what I can have. Yeah, the sky is the limit to what I can have. Just believe and receive it. God will perform it today. Hey, hey, just believe and receive it. God will perform it today. I'm looking for a miracle. I expect the impossible. I feel the intangible. I see the invisible. I'm looking for a miracle. I expect the impossible. I feel the intangible. I see the invisible. The sky is the limit to what I can have. Yeah, the sky is the limit to what I can have. Whoa, the sky is the limit to what I can have. Just believe and receive it. God will perform it today. Hey, 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 hey. Just believe and receive it. God will perform it today. I expect a miracle every day. God will make a way out of no way. I expect a miracle every day. God will make a way out of no way. I expect a miracle every day. God will make a way out of no way. I expect a miracle every day. God will make a way out of no way. I expect a miracle every day. God will make a way out of no way. I expect a miracle every day. God will make a way out of no way. Just believe God will perform it today. Hey, hey, just believe and receive it. God will perform it today. I expect a miracle every day. God will make a way out of no way. I expect a miracle every day. God will make a way out of no way. I expect a miracle every day. God will make
Just believe and receive it. God will perform it today. Happy anniversary, Heart and Soul family. 11 years. Now, you know, 11 is a master number. It is a vision. It is a number that brings higher intuition and spiritual insight. 11 is a number of enormous power, both mental power, physical power, and spiritual power. So that is what you, heart and soul, are into. And I am so excited for you. And Reverend Andriette, you know, I call you a Sabi, one of select birth. I want to bless you today with the words of the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 11 says, many women have done noble things, but you surpass them all. So in addition to everything, brother Dr. Dyson and my beloved sister Susan Taylor said, I want to say, many women have done noble things, but you have surpassed them all. You know, I was there at the I was one of the midwives to help you birth this community. I know what you had to walk through. I know how long and deep we breathed in this birthing process. So again, I just lean into the sacred word and speak it into your soul that many women have done noble things and you surpass them all. And so for all of the other midwives that have been there with you, Brenda and Valerie Joy and Sonia and the others whose names I don't remember in this moment, I know you're there. Thank you for supporting my sister. Thank you for giving of yourself to build this community. Let us take a breath and we will begin with prayer. Precious Lord of the universe, my Father, my Mother, my everything, we thank you for this right now moment, a time, an experience, an expression that we have never seen or known before. So we just thank you for bringing us to this moment, for guiding us, leading us in this moment. I thank you for this opportunity to share your presence, your word, your love, your light with your children, brothers and sisters, in this right now moment as the universe is preparing itself for a new way of being. I thank you for keeping my heart and my mind in tune with your will, your way, your purpose. I ask that you use me to bring forth the words that someone needs to hear. I surrender to you my intellect, my heart, my soul, my spirit, every teaching, and ask that you use me in this moment, that your way, your will, your purpose will be fulfilled to support this community, the Heart and Soul Center of Light, and all who have joined us today as they begin to embark in this 11-year of power and insight and intuition that they may do your work. I ask you to be able to speak your will into their hearts and minds. I ask that I decrease so that you may increase, and that every word that issues forth from my mouth be in perfect alignment with your will. I ask, I allow, I know, accept, and believe God becomes. So I let it be. And so it is. And we breathe. You know, Reverend Andriette sent me your anniversary theme, Adventure in Faith, Expect a Miracle. Now, I could have gone a lot of places with that juiciness. But I said to myself, self, act like you got some manners and speak to the theme. Because grandma told me that manners will take you where money can't. So as I sat and prayed what came to me was three very important words. I refuse to lose. And let me tell you where that came from. It is good to have a model, a demonstration, an example of how to be, how to move, to serve in the world. And you have a powerful model of leadership in Reverend Andriette. Not only is she a woman of integrity, compassion, commitment, and love, she is a woman who follows the powerful examples of the many women who came before her. She has a powerful example of women who have worked for freedom, physical freedom, mental freedom, emotional freedom, spiritual freedom. Women like Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth. She follows the women who worked for the rights of other people. Women like Ella Baker, Diane Nash, Fannie Lou Hamer. Women who have represented their communities like Shirley Chisholm, Barbara Jordan. Women who somewhere in their mind, in their heart, in their spirit held the mantle. I refuse to lose. And so they did. You know, we live in a world where masculine models of strength are held up, praised, and dare I say, worshiped as to how we as women should be and how we as women must live and lead. We are expected to look at these masculine demonstrations and forget about the women upon whose shoulders we stand, the women whose footsteps we follow in, women who have gone before us. In fact, I dare say, there is a masculine model of leadership before us right now who has seemingly confused power and authority. A demonstration of leadership who, if you are not mindful of the models you follow and the examples you choose, would be a living demonstration of my topic today, a masculine person of authority who's saying, I refuse to lose. But that is not the kind of demonstration, not the example that those of us of a spiritual mind, that those of us who are women who understand the love, the kindness, the generosity, the compassion that leadership requires, that is not the kind of model that we are following. So I'm offering you an invitation to embrace the kind of nobility of leadership, the magnificence of vision, the power of faith that is offered to us in the sacred scriptures of Romans 8:28, which says this. And we know that all things work together for the good of those who love God. That's your adventure in faith. That's why you can expect a miracle, because you love your Creator. To those who are called according to his purpose. I want to look at the moment. I want to just chew on purpose a moment. Purpose. From the word pro and thesis. Thus, a setting forth. The word suggests a deliberate plan, a proposition, an advanced plan, an intent, and a design. So what that means is that as you walk into this 11th year that's already universally understood as a time of vision, as a time of intuition, as a time of high spiritual purpose, You must know that God always demonstrates his abiding faithfulness in those whom he called. Now, I know you are called because the scripture says love. For whom he foreknew, he also predestined. So he knew you when you were being shaped and formed in your mother's womb. Or scripture says, moreover, whom he predestined, that means planned before, set an intention for you, had a purpose for you, whom he predestined, these he called. And whom he called, did you know you was called? Did you know you were called? I always tell people, you gotta know you're called, and when you forget, the universe will send you something in the mail, the regular USPS mail. It'll come in a green or yellow or pink envelope, and on the front of it, before you open it up, see what it is, the writing says, you are pre-approved. You've been called. These he called, he also justified. And whom he justified, he glorified. I want to use just two on glorified for a moment. Glorified represents a future event. It talks about a future event, a specified future event, as if it has already happened. So not only were you foreknown and predestined and called and justified, you've been glorified simply by your inhale and your exhale. Come on, let's. I just want to run that by you one more time, okay? Listen. Those whom he foreknew, he predestined. Those whom he predestined, these he also called. And whom he called, he justified. And who he justified, he glorified. Here's the next verse. What then shall we say of these things? What shall we say? I refuse to lose. That's what we must. And here's the next. If God is for us, who? Who? We need a chorus of owls. Who? Come on, somebody say, who? If God is for us, who can be against us if we, in our state of justification and glorification, are saying, I refuse to lose? Who? Come on, somebody. I just want to sit in that for a moment. Who? What shall we say? What shall we say? When we're looking at these demonstrations being held up before us, the models in the world, what shall we say? You know, as members of a thriving spiritual community like Soul, your refusal to lose is not based on a self-appointed authority like the demonstration that we see in the world, because we understand that there is only one source of power. Now, there are many users of power and providers of power. You know, you got the power companies, you got, we have Pepco, you got I don't know what your electrical pumper is. There's plugs in the wall. Those are just centers of power. They are not givers of power. There is only one giver of power. So when we say, I refuse to lose, it is because we understand our power source. So our refusal is not based on self-appointed authority or elected authority. It is based on our divine power, a power from our source. Our refusal says, no matter what you do, no matter what you say, or what you don't do, I refuse to lose my faith. What shall we say? I refuse to lose my faith. And so many people's faith has been challenged in the last few months. You know, Corona came and shook it all up. But those of us with faith, what did we do? We got online. Look at this right here. We done had guest speakers and choir singing, and we even gonna collect the offering online because I refuse to lose my faith. Corona came and sent us deep within, sent us within our hearts and our minds, sent us home. And many of us had a hard time being home because we have forgotten that home is where the heart is. Our hearts were out in the world making money. Our hearts were out in the world chasing things and people. Our hearts were on social media, and we forgot when Corona sent us home. Home is where the heart is, and our hearts had been corrupted. The Corona said, go in. And if you went in, you found some faith. Faith that you could be okay. Faith that you could still get to the service on Sunday morning. Faith that you could do your choir rehearsal on Zoom. I refuse to lose my faith. As I'm walking into this 11th year, I refuse to lose my faith. What then shall we say? I refuse to lose my trust. My trust. You know, I've studied for a long time because I had such a difficult time with that concept. Because everybody that I trusted betrayed me in one way or my mother betrayed my trust by dying. But I told my father betrayed my trust not being there. My grandmother betrayed my trust, physically abused me. My uncle betrayed my trust, actually violated. My aunt betrayed my trust by not believing me when I told her uncle had died. Hard with trust. So I had to study it. Just like I had to find all of the nuances of trust. And this is what I heard. They say faith is the of faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things unseen. They say faith without work is dead. So very often we say we have faith and then we get busy doing the works. We get busy doing the works and then wait to see what's going to happen. And this is what I just faith is the outside demonstration of trust. You see, because the word says, trust in the Lord with all thy heart. Trust in. So that means I've got to have trust in order to demonstrate faith. Without faith, trust is an inside job. I refuse to lose my trust because it's grounded right in the place that God is within me. I refuse to lose my trust. What then shall we say? I'm going to trust in the omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient of the Father, the Mother, the good of God in me. That's what I'm going to say. I refuse to lose faith. I refuse to lose my dignity. I refuse. This is a hard time for many people all over this country. People who were making 5 and 6 figures are in food line. People who stepped out and bought houses, windows, are facing eviction. And someone called me and was in total breakdown because everything that she had built on the income of a very transitory experience was falling away. And she couldn't figure out how she was going to manage or how she was going to, to get through it all. And I said to her, baby, you've been broke. You know how to do that. Just do it with some dignity. Do it with some dignity. Meet this moment with dignity, not with your head down, but with your head up, not with your shoulders bent, but with your back strong. Just keep walking. Refuse to lose your dignity. If you gotta go to the food line, wash your car. If you got to leave your condo, pack your box nice. Because everything, remember, there's a purpose. It's been predestined. There's a plan that is unfolding, and our job is to refuse to lose our faith, our trust, our dignity as the plan unfolds. What shall we say? I refuse to lose my dignity no matter what it looks like. I refuse to lose. I refuse to lose my focus. My focus. What are you focused on? Each and every day? See, I loved the corona shutdown. Not what was happening to people who were sick or losing their lives, but the fact that for 2.5 months, I could not go nowhere. And I realized that I hadn't been home consistently for 6 weeks in 6 years. I had not spent 6 weeks in my home. In fact, by the second week, I was looking around and I said, why is my living room painted that god-awful color? Because I never had enough time to stop and look at it and see. I wasn't focused. I was doing, acting on faith, but not focused. I refused to lose my focus. And the pandemic shutdown supported me in refocusing my energy, attention, and being on God. Yeah. As you move into the 11th year, so don't lose focus. Know that you've been called, you're predestined, you're glorified, and just do God's work and serve to grow and demonstrate. Refuse to lose your focus. Refuse to lose your vision. I refuse to lose my vision of myself, vision of the world, my vision for my children, my grandchildren, my vision for healing, my vision for racial equality, my vision for women's rights, for women to walk safely upon this planet, standing in their glory and their beauty and their elegance. I refuse to lose my vision for what we can be when we live in alignment with God. Shall we say, I refuse to lose my vision. I refuse to lose my peace of mind. You know, all throughout the pandemic and then the election, oh my goodness, we were glued to the news. I was glued to the news. I was scared something was going to happen. I wouldn't know about it. I haven't watched the news in 20 years. I don't watch the news. And then one day I said, Holy Spirit, help me. What am I doing? Why am I looking at this? And the Holy Spirit said, you are desensitizing yourself to the crazy. If you don't know what's going on, come to you. When people come with the problems, you will react and respond to the crazy, desensitize, listen and watch until it doesn't resonate in. Don't take it in, don't take it on, take it in and let it pass through. And that's what I did. And sure enough, people started coming. I'm losing my home. My job. My kids. My marriage. And I could live beyond the pandemic hysteria and work with the people from a place of knowing they're glorified and just because I refuse to lose my peace of mind. Listen, I refuse to lose my strut. You know, people are carrying so much right now. They're burdened down and dragging around and go to the supermarket, got the mask on, and you know, you got the strut. I bling my mask out. I'm going to strut around. And then I thought maybe the mask would keep people from recognizing. Wrong. I refuse to lose my strut. When you understand that you are spiritually purposed, destined, justified, and glorified, there's a way that you got to walk through life so that people will want some of who you are, not personally, but your teaching, your information. Have your strut as you're walking around, knowing who can be against me, who can stop me, who can take me down, who can take me off my point, my vision, my focus. Who? You got the strut. What shall we say? I refuse to lose my strut. Listen, I refuse to lose my sexy. I've never been 60 before. And I tell you, it has some surprises for me. Oh, is that what happens? There was things happening to my body that my mama didn't tell me about. Things falling off and falling out, falling down. Ooh, ooh, this is a problem. You know, so I refuse to lose my sex just because things are falling. Mm-hmm. They got things to pick them up. I went and got me some of them things. Okay. All right. Your sexy is your creative ability. Not talking about sex with somebody. I'm talking about intimacy with you. The ability to look at every part of you, every aspect of you, and say, oh, I want some of that. I refuse to lose my sexy, my creative ability And I am a creative soul, a creative being, even in the midst of all that I've done in the world. I was scrapbooking, was making cards, and now I started making quilts. Reverend Andriette, there is a quilt in your future. Can't promise you when, but it's coming. And I'm not sure if I like quilting or if I just like buying quilting supplies. But when I talk about don't lose your sexy, talking about don't lose your desire to create, build, to use your hands, whether you're sewing, making music, or drawing, or coloring, or journaling, or beading, cooking. The way you take your energy and birth something. The world will keep you so busy, social media and children and demands. Don't lose your sexy. Stop creating. And you don't have to create it to sell it. Just create it. What shall we say? I refuse to lose my love, my self-love, my love for other people, my love for the word, my love even for people I disagree with. I refuse to lose my love. For I know that Emmett Fox told us there is no gap that love will not bridge. There is no illness, no disease, no despair that enough love will not heal. I refuse to lose my love, even when you're acting ugly. I refuse to lose my love, even when you disappoint me. I refuse to lose my love, even when you say things or do things that are hurtful and harmful. I refuse to lose my love of the truth. I refuse to lose my love of peace. I refuse to lose my love of joy. I refuse to lose my love of life. I refuse to lose my love of God. I refuse to lose my love in the ugliness of humanity that seems to be shining all over the place. I refuse to lose my love of helping and serving and being. I refuse to lose. I invite you, heart and soul, to stand with me in this powerful declaration, which will be how you can take your anniversary theme to the next level. An adventure, faith, expect a miracle. I refuse to lose. This is what I will say. Understanding and knowing that my life is purposeful, that God has already laid out the plan, and my job is to align with it. Adventure and faith. Yes, I will do the work and I will expect a miracle because I refuse to lose my trust, my faith, focus, my vision, alignment with God's plan. I refuse to lose. I refuse to lose the of the difficult times I've been through. I refuse to lose the gratitude for the blessings that I have received despite my sometimes misuse of my power. I refuse to lose sight of the fact that God loves me no matter what. Heart and soul, Reverend Andriette, moving this new energy, this energy of 11. I stand with you, knowing that if God is for you, who can stop you? Who can be against you? Who can deter you? Who can the vision? Who can stop the unfolding of this powerful spiritual community in service, love, and light of God? Who? Remember, just refuse to fail. refuse to lose, refuse to be do anything but the truth of your heart and soul. Breathe with me. Oh God, how great thou art. To have brought us 11 years that we may now embark upon the next leg of how great thou art. For those you brought forward to see, to learn, to serve, how art that you have provided us everything that we needed along the way, and those things that we had to work for or wonder about, you taught us a lesson in the process of their manifestation. How great that, how great thou art, that out of the 7 billion people on, you have called us time and space, called heart and soul. Thank you, God. Thank you for reminding us to remember how great thou art. Now, in this time, this space, in this moment, as we move into the next leg of the journey, we ask you, God, to continue to grow us in, to grow us in, to grow us in, to grow us in peace, to grow us in joy, to grow us in love. Bring us our lesson easily and open our awareness that we can see the lesson for what it is and embrace it. Thank you, God, for Reverend Andriette, for all of those who serve her with her. Thank you for everyone within the sound of voice today. I ask that seeds that have been spoken become fertile in the soil of the minds and hearts here, and that they grow, and that each person willingly, joyfully, lovingly takes responsibility for the seeds that have been in their soul. I thank you, God, for my health, my strength, the continued health and strength of Reverend Andriette, L.Taylor, of Michael Eric Dyson, and everyone else here today, but particularly for those of us who serve and teach. And God, I thank you for the little things, like coffee, like reruns of Law and Order, like my beautiful, beautiful puppy continue to lick my toes. Thank you, God, for the little. And now into thy hands, we commit ourselves to walk forward in your calling, in your purpose. Let thy will unfold easily, gracefully. And let us recognize moment by moment what you would have. Now, because I allow, thank you, God, and the Holy Spirit for becoming the manifestation of this. Now it be. And so it is. Deep bow, my happy, happy anniversary.
Tragedies are commonplace. All kinds of diseases, people are slipping away. The economy is down, people can't get enough pay. But as for me, all I can say is thank you. and every step of the way. And I wanna say thank you, Lord, for all you've done for me. Hey, 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 it could have been me. Thank you. I'm Lord. Thank you. No food. Thank you. And no clothes. Thank you. All left alone. Thank you. Without a friend. Thank you. Or just another number. Thank you. In the tragedy. Thank you. Thank you. How these things can be. And I remember it's all. Thank you. All around. All around. Thank you, Lord, for all you've done for me. Hey, 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 it could have been me. Thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you. No food. Thank you. And no clothes. Thank you. All left alone. Thank you. Without a friend. Thank you. Or just another number. Thank you. When the tragedy. Thank you. Thank you. How these things can be. And I remember it's all around what you do. And I wanna say thank you, Lord, for all you've done for me. Thank you, Lord, for all you've done for me. Thank you, Lord, for all you've done. I want to thank you for your love. Thank you. Thank you for your power. Thank you. Thank you for protection. Thank you. Every hour. Thank you. I want to thank you for your love. Thank you. Thank you for your power. Thank you. Thank you for protection. Thank you. Every hour. Thank you. I want to thank you for your love. Thank you for power. Thank you for protection. Every hour. I want to thank you for mercy. Thank you for so much grace. I just want to say thank you. I want to thank you for your love. Thank you. Thank you for your power. Thank you. Thank you for protection. Thank you. Every hour. I want to thank you for your love. Thank you. Thank you for your power. Thank you. Thank you for protection. Thank you. Every hour. Thank you. Thank you for love. Thank you. Thank you for power. Thank you. Thank you for protection. Every hour. I want to thank you for mercy. Thank you for so much grace. I just want to say thank you today. Thank you, Lord, for all you've done for me. Thank you, Lord, for all you've done for me. Thank you, Lord, for all you've done for me.
In today's world especially, it's not easy to keep a center going. You know, often as a participant or a congregant or someone who's part of the community, we're not really thinking maybe about the electric bill and about all the many things it takes to keep a community together and growing. And so I invite us on this 11th birthday. Some of you know that I am the founder of the Prosperity Plus programs 1, 2, and 3, and I know that your center has offered these programs to you. I'm a deep believer in tithing. And we all have giving patterns. Many of us give actually only emotionally. We give when we feel like we have a little extra. And then there's another kind of giving that's a regular repeated giving that comes with a percentage to it. And if it's not 10%, it's 5% or it's 6%, but it comes out of a decision to have circulation in your life. Planting in a beautiful place like the Heart and Soul Center of Light for the growth of a community that has nurtured you, can nurture you further, and more than that, can spread this wonderful message to a world that is deeply hungering, even if they don't know yet that they're hungering for it. So I invite us on this day to lean in and make a commitment for percentage giving over the next year. And then turn around every 3 months and take a look at what's happening in your life. Something happens when you're a regular giver. And each month, as you're receiving your income, a portion of it goes to support. It changes the way you feel about yourself. It changes your level of expectation of good in your life. It changes your sense of worthiness and your connection with the very source of your life.
Thank you, Mary Morrissey. Thank you, Heart and Soul Ensemble. And absolutely thank you to our sister, Iyanla Vanzant. Thank you for reminding us to stiffen our spine with steely resolve, refusing to lose our dignity, our peace of mind, our awareness that we live in an abundant universe where we give and receive. And so this is our time of gracious giving at Heart and Soul Center of Light. And there are several ways in which you can graciously give to this ministry. You can send a check to Heart and Soul Center of Light, 5627 Telegraph Avenue, number 405, Oakland, California, 94609. You can also give online at our website at heartsoulcenter.org/give. Last but not least, you can text the word give to 510 500 5849. Whatever way you choose to give is absolutely the right way. And it's also important that we remember to have the proper attitude in giving. Remember to bless our good, thereby establishing the goodness that our gift will do in the world. Wherever you happen to be in the world right now, I invite you to joyously just take your gift in hand, or otherwise place your hand over your heart, knowing that the greatest gift there could ever be is that gift of life that's pulsing under your hand as we say our blessing together. I bless this gift as healing energy and send it into the divine flow of all good. Infinite prosperity circulates through me, through my church, and throughout the world because I know God as source. And so it is.
Thank you, Revelo. Thank you, family. I am here to remind you once more how to be fully engaged, starting with tomorrow, Monday, 6:30 p.m. to 7:15, our Year of Miracles review with our practitioners. Come for an opportunity to go deep dive in community for our daily read. Imagining Justice is happening on Wednesday. Visit heartsoulcenter.org/imagining justice to join. We start at 6:15 with meditation. And for the next 2 weeks, we're going to be diving into the content of the Urban Mindfulness Summit because it was rich and juicy and you don't want to miss it. Come be in community with us there. On Thursdays, Tammy Hall is live via Facebook Live from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific time. Make sure that you spend time in the presence of our virtuoso sister and that you tip generously. On Saturdays, Reverend Andriette's vlog, Point of Power, gives you a weekly pop to inspire and empower you every Saturday from 10 a.m. on Facebook, YouTube, and via various podcasts. I also invite you into the mental equivalence class. Today is the final day to register for this class. Myself and my big brother, Ron Marshall, are facilitating this class, and we are excited about it. Every form thing in the universe, there's a corresponding mental image, so we got to get ourselves a solid mental equivalent. You can register by visit heartsoulcenter.org/mental equivalence. It's 4 Tuesdays beginning this Tuesday, December 1st, with a tuition of $145. We invite you into it and have an opportunity to continue to transform your life. And want to remind you that we're wrapping up our anniversary month, but you are available and we are open for you to give at any time. But in honor of our 11th anniversary, we are asking that you give in increments of 11. So feel free to give. We encourage you to give. Giving will not only transform our lives, but it will transform yours. And Giving Tuesday is happening this Tuesday, December 1st. Make sure that when you are considering charitable organizations, you consider Heart and Soul Center of Light on Tuesday. And I remind you about our heartsoulcenter.org/wish list, where you can support items for our new church home by visiting our wish list on Amazon. And Marcus Books continues to work out their 60th anniversary fundraiser, and we invite you into supporting them by visiting GoFundMe. We also invite you into supporting Kingston 11 by visiting kingston11eats.com to order some delicious Jamaican cuisine. The Pulse is meeting today at 11:30 p.m. and every Sunday at 11:30 Pacific time. I think I said p.m. I meant a.m. 11:30 a.m. Pacific time on Sunday. Our Youth and Family Village continues to be engaged in our asynchronous learning. The videos this month are on gratitude, and there's some additional music from Miss B. So please make sure that you join. And if you have any other questions, visit yfv@heartsoulcenter.org. And there is prayer following service today by about 10 minutes. In addition to the community rooms we have added a new room that is moving through the holidays with grace, joy, and compassion. We invite you to get prayer because, as you know, prayer works. On Wednesdays, we are also available at 7 a.m. Pacific time. And it is my great pleasure to welcome back our beloved Reverend Andriette.
Thank you, Sonia. Although I'm not sure I'm back because I'm literally like hanging on to the podium right here so that I don't fly away. Allow me to return to my childhood at a point in which I would have said to y'all, that was my sister, just in case somebody's trying to claim her. Iyanla Vanzant is my sister. Y'all know how we used to do, trying to make it, trying to just put the full claim on it. That was my sister with that amazing message. I just sense in my soul where I will add to it, like, not gonna lose my light. And, you know, the list goes on. So that's like a journal opportunity, isn't it? Oh, it'd be just like my sister to give us homework, to have us continue working on it. I love it. I am Iyanla. Thank you, my love. Thank you so very much. Thank you for getting us to this point. Thank you for grounding us in divine principle. Thank you for moving us forward for the next leg of the journey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. And on behalf of Heart and Soul, we's loving you. And I just, y'all know that while I'm here, I'm very much in a vacuum in a sense. That is to say that I don't get to see you. So recently I had an occasion where speaking to somebody and they were like, yeah, I saw you. And I realized how much I miss y'all, that I don't get to see you on these Sundays. So it warms my heart when you let me know from where you are, because then I get to have my imaginings around who it is and what you're up to. So thank you, Las Vegas and Detroit and Atlanta and Maui and Port Angeles, Washington, and Jaco, Costa Rica, and Connecticut, and San Jose, Costa Rica, and Aurora, Colorado, and Boston, Massachusetts, and Temple Hills, Maryland, and Portsmouth, Virginia, and I'm guessing that that's Portsmouth. Anyhow, y'all know I mean you. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Fort Lauderdale, Zanzibar, Tanzania, Mexico. Now, you could have been a little more specific with Mexico because that's a whole country, but thank you for tuning in from Mexico, from the whole country. Land O'Lakes, Florida, Eugene, Oregon, Leesburg, Florida. Those my people there. Porto Alegre, Brazil, Tucson, Arizona, Farmington Hills, Michigan. Know that I love and appreciate you so much for being with us this Sunday. I just want to take a moment to remind you that this mental equivalence course, be all about it, because it is such a foundational course in terms of understanding how your life is formed, how your life experiences are formed in the universe, how you manifest, because it's from the inside out. But for the uninitiated, anyhow, be in the course. Let me not try to teach it right here on Sunday morning, just curbside, if you will. Also, I am so very grateful for all that you have given, and I ask that you give today, that you give very generously. You know, we have recently moved, and I want to also acknowledge you. For some of you have gone into the Amazon wish list and have chosen some things, and we've begun receiving them. So thank you so very much. I'm going to ask, if you haven't been, please go And there's the opportunity also to just give a gift card. It doesn't matter how much, it just supports us in getting to the outcome that's desired, which is that we have all of the things that would support us in doing heart and soul in a more effective way. Also, on this coming Tuesday, can you imagine that it's December 1st? Of course you can, because we're closing out our anniversary month, which is November, so it would have to be December in a minute. And the beautiful thing about December 1st is that it is also Giving Tuesday. And that's just an opportunity to remind you to be in the spiritual practice of giving. So sometimes if you're not aware of spiritual principle, you might be thinking, is she asking again? I'm giving you an opportunity again is what I'm doing. I'm giving you an opportunity to get into the divine rhythm and flow that is also known as giving and receiving. It's an opportunity. I'll meet you there. I love you beyond human measure. So grateful for our time today. That Michael Eric Dyson, can I just say I love him? He's truly my brother. Do not believe a word he said. Because, well, not all the words. Some of the words were true. I'm going to have to go in there and sort out the true from the made up. But I'm so grateful for my sister Susan, for her taking the time and for her message. But especially today, again, my heart is just full and overflowing with love and gratitude and appreciation for Iyanla Vanzant, for her to just kind of squeeze us in to all that she's up to and give us such a phenomenal message and a way to end this month and complete the end of this year. And frankly, she's given us enough to launch the new year. I love you, Iyanla. Thank you so very much. Thank you, heart and soul. There is a very special video that I want you to experience now that we're at the end of our service. Thank you so very much. Watch this.
I don't feel no waste time. I've come too far from where I started from. Yeah. Nobody told me that the road would be easy, and I don't believe he's brought me this far to leave me here. I just can't give up now. Come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy, and I won't believe he's brought me this far to leave me. I don't feel no way strong. Come too far from where I started. it's probably this hard to leave